Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Thursday, a beautiful day outside, but honestly I am stuck inside just staring at my screen because my mind is completely blown by what is happening on our show right now. And I just have to talk about it because I am honestly a bit tired of the usual back and forth drama, but this new twist just woke me right up. So let's just get right into it because the news about Brooke Logan has completely shattered Los Angeles, and I am still trying to process what I just watched. A plane crash. A literal plane crash. Brooke was supposed to be on a business trip to Paris, and the news broke that the flight went down. And I just sat there. I think I dropped my coffee mug. Because they don't usually go this dark this fast unless something massive is shifting behind the scenes. So the news hits the airwaves and the entire city of LA is just in absolute shock. I mean, we have seen a lot of crazy things on this show over the years, but a commercial airliner going down with the matriarch of the Logan family supposedly on board, that is huge. And Ridge Forrester, oh my god, Ridge. I know we give Ridge a lot of grief on this blog for bouncing between Brooke and Taylor and being kind of a mess with his kids, but seeing him break down when the news hit was just gut-wrenching. He completely fell apart, just a total mess. He was literally just fighting with Brooke about the co-CEO spot and Steffy and Katie and all that corporate nonsense. And now he thinks the love of his life is dead. But here is where it gets absolutely wild, because you guys know that when something tragic happens on this show, there is always a catch. Always. And this time the catch comes from Wyatt Spencer. Thank God Wyatt is back in town, right? Because nobody else was putting the pieces together. Wyatt was originally brought back by Bill to help with the family empire and look into that whole hope for the future diamond thing. But Wyatt has that investigative brain. He knows how to dig. So Wyatt starts looking into the flight details because he is Wyatt and he doesn't just accept what the news anchors say. And Wyatt finds a massive, glaring anomaly. Brooke checked in for the flight. Her luggage went through. She was at the airport. But her name was not on the actual passenger list of the people who physically boarded the plane. Wait, what? I had to rewind the episode when Wyatt said that. Because if she checked in but didn't get on the plane, where the heck is she? She didn't board the doomed flight, which means she is alive. But she is also completely missing, and that just opens up a whole new terrifying can of worms. Because if you are at the airport and you check in for an international flight to Paris and then you just vanish into thin air before reaching the gate, something very bad has happened to you. So now the hope is kindling again. Ridge goes from being a weeping mess on the floor to being this frantic, desperate man on a mission. He is going crazy. He is pacing around, yelling at officials, demanding security footage from Lax. And honestly, I don't blame him. Because the theories that are spinning in my head right now are just out of control. Was she kidnapped right there in the terminal? Did someone grab her in a restroom or a VIP lounge? Or is she secretly meeting someone, like maybe someone dangerous from her past? Some fans on social media are saying maybe Sheila had something to do with it, but Sheila has her own weird stuff going on with Remy Price right now. But then Hope Logan enters the chat, and Hope is already on edge. She has been dealing with so much garbage lately. Steffy fired Deke. Steffy shelved the Hope for the future line. Hope is secretly moving her line to Katie's company at Logan. The tension between Hope and Steffy is already at a boiling point. It is toxic. So when Hope finds out that her mother is missing from the airport, she doesn't just think it's a random kidnapping. She points the finger directly at Steffy Forrester. And let's be real for a second. Hope accusing Steffy of staging a fake-out to get Brooke out of town permanently is wild. It is a massive accusation. But from Hope's perspective, it kind of makes twisted sense. Steffy has been furious about Brooke trying to steal her co-CEO seat. Steffy warned Ridge that Brooke was not going to take her job. Steffy hates the Logans right now more than she ever has. So Hope is sitting there connecting these crazy dots in her head. She thinks Steffy orchestrated this whole thing. Like Steffy hired some goons to grab Brooke at the airport just to run her out of Los Angeles so Steffy could have total control of Forrester Creations and Ridge. Okay, maybe that sounded dramatic. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Steffy here. I don't know. Would Steffy really go that far? Kidnapping is a felony. It's insane. But then again, this is the same family that has pushed people out of helicopters and hidden secret babies. So you can't really put anything past anyone when the corporate stakes are this high. I just keep picturing the confrontation that is going to happen. Hope storming into the Forrester CEO office, slamming her hands on the desk, screaming at Steffy, "Where is my mother?" And Steffy looking shocked, but also super defensive because she didn't do it. Or did she? I actually don't know. The writers have been making Steffy so ruthless lately with how she handled Hope's fashion line and how she treats Katie. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world if Steffy paid someone to put Brooke on a private jet to nowhere just to get her away from Ridge. But let's zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here. This whole storyline feels different. Usually, the Forrester and Logan war is just about who gets to design what dress or who gets the corner office. But this is life or death. A plane crashed. Hundreds of people probably died. And Brooke is just missing in the wind. The show is taking a very dark, very thrilling turn, and I am honestly here for it even though I am exhausted just thinking about it. I mean, think about Ridge's mental state right now. He is frantically searching. He doesn't know if he should be mourning a death or hunting a kidnapper. He is probably going to team up with Bill Spencer and Wyatt to find her. Because Bill still cares about Brooke deep down, even though he is married to Katie and furious about Brooke slapping Katie recently. Bill has the resources. Bill has the helicopters and the money and the shady contacts. If Brooke was kidnapped, Bill Spencer is the guy you want looking for her. And Wyatt is already the MVP of the week for finding out she wasn't on the plane. And what if Brooke isn't kidnapped? What if she staged it herself? I saw a few people on Twitter saying maybe Brooke realized the plane was having issues, or maybe she saw someone at the airport that spooked her. Like, what if she saw an old enemy and had to run and hide? But Brooke isn't really the type to just run away without calling Ridge or Hope. She would have called someone. The fact that her phone is probably off or destroyed tells me this is foul play. So Hope is just spiraling. She was already stressed out about lying to her mom about signing the contract with Logan. Remember, Hope and Deke are secretly prepping their new line over at Katie's place. Hope was terrified about how Brooke would react to that news, and now her mom is missing. The guilt Hope must be feeling right now has to be astronomical. She probably thinks, I was lying to my mom, and now she might be dead or taken. That kind of guilt will make a person do crazy things. Like accusing their stepsister of being a criminal mastermind. And Steffy. Oh man, Steffy is going to lose her mind when Hope accuses her. Steffy is already dealing with RJ demanding that will Spencer get fired. She is dealing with Fanny Grayson pitching weird perfumes. She is dealing with Finn at the Cliff House. Steffy does not have the time or the patience to be accused of international kidnapping. She is going to fire back at Hope so hard. This is going to escalate the family war to a level we haven't seen in years. It might actually destroy Forrester Creations from the inside out. I honestly think this is going to push Hope completely over the edge. She is going to officially sign that Logan contract and just declare all-out war on the Forresters. If she truly believes Steffy had something to do with Brooke's disappearance, Hope is not going to hold back anymore. She is going to use every weapon she has. But I keep going back to Wyatt. Wyatt's sitting at a computer screen, looking at a flight manifest, and realizing the timeline doesn't match up. It's such a classic soap opera trope, but it works so well. Wyatt is the grounded one in the Spencer family right now. Liam is busy rushing the Logan launch. Bill is busy yelling at people, but Wyatt is actually doing the work. He found the one thread of hope in this massive tragedy. And Ridge is just clinging to that thread. Can you imagine the emotional whiplash? One minute you are crying over a picture of your wife because you think she died in a fiery crash in the Atlantic Ocean or wherever. And the next minute your stepson's brother tells you she never got on the plane. It's a miracle, but it's a terrifying miracle. Because the unknown is almost worse. Where is she, guys? Seriously, where do you think Brooke is? I am typing this so fast because my brain is just buzzing with theories. Did someone intercept her between the check-in counter and the boarding gate? Airports have so many cameras. How do you kidnap a famous fashion executive in the middle of lax without anyone seeing? Unless it was someone she knew, someone she trusted. Did she get into a car with someone? Maybe it has something to do with the bad press Ridge mentioned a few episodes ago. Remember Ridge was talking about some old bad press involving Eric and Logan? Maybe there is an old corporate rival coming out of the woodwork to destroy the Forresters. Or maybe this is all a massive misunderstanding and Brooke just fell and hit her head in a bathroom and has amnesia. Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if it was amnesia. We haven't had a good amnesia storyline in a minute. But Hope's theory about Steffy is the one that is going to cause the most drama. Because Hope is not going to keep that theory to herself. She is going to tell Liam, she is going to tell Ridge. She might even tell the police, and if the police show up at Forrester Creations to question Steffy about Brooke's disappearance. Oh my God, the scandal, the press. Forrester Creations would take a massive hit. And maybe that is exactly what Katie and Bill want. Think about it. Katie and Bill are rushing the Logan launch to blindside Forrester. If Forrester is suddenly embroiled in a kidnapping scandal involving their co-CEO Steffy, the Logan launch will completely dominate the market. I don't think Katie would ever wish harm on her sister Brooke, but Bill is an opportunist. If Bill realizes Forrester is vulnerable because of this, he will strike. This whole situation is just a massive, tangled mess of emotions and corporate warfare. I am honestly exhausted just trying to keep track of who hates who right now, but I care about these characters. I have been watching Ridge and Brooke fight and make up for what feels like my entire life. I don't want to see Ridge broken like this. And I don't want to see Hope lose her mom. So we just have to wait and see what Wyatt finds next. Wyatt needs to get the airport security footage. He needs to track her phone. He needs to do whatever it takes. Because Ridge is too emotional to think straight, and Hope is too busy planning a revenge war against Steffy. Wyatt is the only clear-headed person in Los Angeles right now. Anyway, I am going to wrap this up before I start rambling even more about airport security protocols. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Steffy actually did it? Is Hope losing her mind? Or is there a third player involved that we haven't even seen yet? I will be watching closely, and I will update you guys as soon as we know more. Stay safe out there and hold your loved ones close, because apparently you never know when they might just vanish at an airport.